giving 100%. Yeah, I just don't think you got what it takes, bro.
See, making music ain't for everybody.
Stop trying to do everything, because then you're gonna get stuff that ends up sounding like this.
This is what it means to live in purpose. Yeah, if you ain't know, and all it ever took me was some focus. Yeah, if you ain't know, he told me spit the word without a pulpit. Yeah, if you ain't know, so I ain't letting go of my anointment. Yeah, if you ain't know, you already know what time it never is. Let go. I'm serving scriptures to the bodies that be lost in the street. Man, I ain't letting go of nothing, this the gospel to me. I'm never quitting, man, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I'm focused on my mission like I'm Moses walking straight through the sea. I got a pocket full of pennies cause my soul changed. Even that my Lord's never joined the dope game. Now I'm getting real comfy, let the coat hang. You know I'm in the building, man, I'm about to blow like propane. If all this rapping's an issue, then you could grab a tissue. I'm saving lives with these verses, man, I won't even diss you. You got some hate on your spirit, man, it don't even fit you. You better step out my presence or else my God will fix you. Just know I'm living in purpose to every single daughter. I ain't gonna wait till you give it, man, I'ma take my flowers. Don't need no trophies or glory because he gave me power. I'll just keep repping the kingdom until the final hour. Purpose. Yeah, if you ain't know, and all it ever took me was some focus. Yeah, if you ain't know, he told me spit the word without a pulpit. Yeah, if you ain't know, so I ain't letting go of my anointment. Yeah, if you ain't know, never let go.
My purpose, man, it's locked down. Can't take it from me, no, not now. Ain't no way I'ma walk out. I'm fighting on for my God's crown. Got a problem with it, that's on you. Get behind me, Satan, watch God do everything that he said he would, and that's all faith, yeah, understood. Yeah, got a calling, we're showing up. Evil spirit need to step down, otherwise I'll be pulling up. Aftermath, y'all see the blood dripping down, got no love for the enemy. Holy, you better be telling my old self that he's dead of me. See these orders coming in, telling me to go spread the message. You can't tie me down, check it, we moving to the objective. With anointed sound, getting prophetic, y'all can't reject it. But with God, we make a move strictly because he said it. Woo. Ignore all the people that don't want to see you do it for the kingdom. Glory be given to God, we don't deserve it. When the yank comes, he's putting his heel right on the back of the neck, killing the serpent. The battle is already won, so
this is what it means to live in purpose. Yeah, if you ain't know, and all it ever took me was some focus. Yeah, if you ain't know, he told me spit the word without a pulpit. Yeah, if you ain't know, so I ain't letting go of my anointment. Yeah, if you ain't know, never let go. See, we only living in the purpose that God put us in, you feel me? Never let go. So never mind who you thought we were. Never let go. I know you feel like you the gatekeeper and everything. Never let go. But it ain't up to you. Yeah. You already know what time it is. Yeah. 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 I'm feeling like David. Yeah. Feeling like David. Yeah. Can't nobody slay me. Yeah. You can't slay me. I feel like Moses. Yeah. Big Moses. Yeah. Can't nobody hold me. Yeah. Can't nobody. Yeah. I'm feeling like Dale. Yeah. And what I'm daddy, yeah. Can't nobody face me, yeah. You can't face me. I'm feeling like Joseph, yeah. Big Joseph, yeah. Can't nobody break me, yeah. Can't nobody break me. Listen, why these haters tweaking? Acting like I don't need it. All of my pockets bleeding. All of my sneakers speaking. Never had a pot to piss in. Made a lot of dumb decisions. All of my sins forgiven. Now I got ammunition. No competition. This is the product of staying resilient. I'm gonna make it, don't need an opinion. Ain't gonna fumble, I'm here on a mission. I'm already winning. This is the vision. Feeling like Jesus in front of the millions. Making my mark with some bread and some fishes. Can't take the heat to get out of the kitchen. I'm feeling like David. Feeling like David. Yeah. Can't nobody slay me. Yeah. You can't slay me. I feel like Moses. Yeah. Big Moses. Yeah. Can't nobody hold me. Yeah. Can't nobody. Yeah. I'm feeling like Dale. Yeah. Big Daddy. Yeah. Can't nobody face me. Yeah. I'm feeling like Joseph. Yeah. Big Joseph. Yeah. Can't nobody break me. Yeah. Can't nobody break me. Listen. Stacking the green, I stay in the lab. Heat up the curry, I'm making a splash. Brother, he made me with clay in his hand. Shooting my shot like I'm Kevin Durant. From London to France, I cannot wait till I see all the beautiful cities and land. That is the plan, so I'm gonna need all my checks in advance. Do what I can, even without the best microphone. I'm finna make me a jam. Thanking my God for the things that I have. Turning my water to wine in the flash. Living in fear is a thing of the past. Ignoring the hate that I hear on the gram. You think you the goat, but you really a lamb. Here with my Bible, you know who I am. I'm feeling like David. King David. Yeah. Can't nobody slay me. Yeah. I feel like Moses. Big Moses. Yeah. Can't nobody hold me. Yeah. Yeah. I'm feeling like Dale. Big Daddy. Yeah. Can't nobody face me. Yeah. I feel like Joseph. Big Joseph. Yeah. Can't nobody break me. Yeah. Can't nobody break me. Listen.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Tuesday live Q&As. I appreciate everybody for joining in, everybody for hopping on. It's your boy WesTheTech here to answer any music industry tip questions that you guys may have. As you guys know here, I started a channel a couple of years ago, to just give you guys music industry tips to help you guys figure out this music industry stuff, right? And, it's been helping a lot of people out. It's been growing, pretty much I've been in the music game for quite some time now. So I've really just been collecting information and just learning and understanding how the music industry goes. So pretty much what I decided to do is just to start a channel. I decided to start a channel to help you guys out, to help you guys figure out this music industry game and just understanding, everything that you need to understand about the music industry. So I'm just excited to be able to help you guys out. I've been able to help out so much people, and I'm so thankful to just everybody who's been supporting, everybody who's just been helping and all of those different things. And I love seeing you guys actually support each other and just help out each other. And I pretty much just decided to start jumping on Tuesday to actually do live sessions here, right? And through the live, you guys could just ask me questions right away and I could answer them for you. Welcome, Paula. I believe this is the first time that I've seen you on the live personally. So I definitely want to welcome you. I do see your question and I will get to your question as soon as I get all of these particulars out the way. All right, guys. Now, of course, I got to let you guys know about my membership club program. All right, which includes perks like priority replies to comments, members only exclusive walkthrough videos, and free monthly music business coaching sessions. So if you guys want to take a look into that, you could just hit the little join button there and take a look at all the different tiers. All right, guys. But we're just going to jump right into it today. Before we start, what I definitely want to let you guys know about, I recently have been selected. My recent single has been selected for Holy Culture's Wait voting show. All right, it actually will be ending as of tomorrow. This is a shameless plug. All right, and my song is actually on the list here. Right now I have 94 votes. I'm currently in second place. All right, JTS and Pete Rock is at 97 now. So guys, I need you guys' help. I need you guys' support. All right, it is an emergency. We need to get as much votes as possible. I'm down by 3 right now. I shared the link right on here. All right, it's in the chat. For those of you who are watching, it would mean absolutely a lot to me if you guys could click on that link and vote for my song Reflections right here. All right, once you vote for it, it'll actually show you the results. But I'm periodically throughout this live remind you guys about this. because there's only tomorrow's the last day for it, but I just want to make sure that everybody get their votes in, and hopefully I could win. All right, but let's see here. So to answer Paula's question, since Paula's question was first, all right, Paula's question is how much you cost for recording songs. All right, so when it comes to recording songs, all right, I always advise my artists that it is, especially if you're not very good at engineering or know how to record music, and you're starting off as an independent artist, I would always recommend you guys to learn how to record yourself at some point. But when you're starting off, it's going to be very difficult to do so because you're still trying to find your sound and all of those other things as an artist. So when you're first starting, I would always recommend, Paula, to go to a recording studio. That way you could at least see how the process goes, see what it takes to actually record somebody. All right. And by seeing that as an artist, you could actually figure out and make that decision for yourself on whether it is something that you can actually do yourself. All right. But when it comes to the actual cost, that really varies from state to state. All right. It varies from studio to studio. All right. Some states it's a lot more to record than other states. All right. And it just really depends. What I've noticed that the more notoriety that the studio has, the more expensive it can get. But that doesn't always mean that you're going to pay for better quality. A lot of times you can find really great quality recording studios that'll be half the price of others. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes they're just selling the name more so than selling the quality, because when it comes to the quality in music, at some point you just reach a cap, right? Great quality is great quality. It's not like the quality can continue to be greater and greater and greater. There is a cap on quality of music. You get what I'm saying? So if you have one studio that's charging 1,000, you'll find another studio that's charging 100 for the same quality. You get what I'm saying? Quality has a cap when it comes to your music. You get what I'm saying? There's other things that don't have a cap, obviously, like, like athletes, right? One quarterback, it can be greater than another quarterback. You get what I'm saying? But when you're talking about studios and quality of music that they record you at some point that has a cap, because the radio quality has a cap. If it all sounds great, it all sounds great. At that point, it's just a matter of you picking the right price, budgeting, or the right price studio for your budget. All right, so that is a great question, Paula. I hope I was able to answer that question for you. If that was the answer you're looking for, just go ahead and put a thumbs up or thank you on the chat so that I know that you heard the answer to the question. And again, guys, the link is here, right? To vote for my new single, Reflections. It's a great song. It's a powerful song. All right. Once you click on the link, it should bring you to this page right here, and it should allow you to vote. My song is the last song on the list. The page will actually look just like this, right? All you got to do is hit the dot here. It's not going to show a check mark or anything. Then you hit vote. All right, guys? But make sure you guys are doing that here, because I am trying to win. You feel me? But let's get to some questions here, because I know I got a lot of music industry tip questions that I definitely want to go over with you guys. Before I continue here on IG, give me 1 second, because I want to make sure this is turned off and I don't get any distractions. All right. 1 second. Let me make sure this is right. Okay. Boom, boom. And guys, feel free to start asking your questions. Feel free to get everything. Just fill up the chat box with whatever questions you guys may have. All right. Again, I'm just gonna be on here just answering any music industry tip questions that you guys may have. So just feel free to just put them up here, and I will answer them. But I'm also gonna go over some of the questions that I've been able to collect throughout the week. All right. I'm just making sure that I'm on Do Not Disturb, and that nobody actually reaches out to me or get any calls because it will stop the IG. All right. So I'm back. All right. So I'm here on IG. What's good? What's going on, Pretty Girl Progression? Thank you for joining in on the live. Fitness for Care, I see you as well. Thank you for joining on the live. I appreciate y'all joining in so much. Again, if you guys have any music industry questions, just go ahead and drop them into the chat here so I could assist with that. All right. So let's get to the questions that we have detailed out for this week. All right. So the first question we have here is from brother Branyan. Let me make sure that I didn't, his name sounds familiar, so let me make sure that I didn't answer this already. All right. Man, you really don't know how much I appreciate the simplicity. I have a quick question though. So if I put my own music on Spotify, YouTube, privy, yes, I did this last week. This was actually the last question that I answered last week. So I'll go ahead and remove this one and we'll start fresh with this right here. All right. So, right, the first question of this week is from Portia K Official. All right. Now, she was asking the question on how to register your song with ASCAP. All right. So the question first, she says thank you, and then the question that follows is, please, can you make a video about this for that of a band and how to go around it? Okay, so I guess the question that she's asking is, how do you register a song with a band? Because obviously with the band you have multiple members. There's a few different people that obviously make up the band. All right, you may have a drummer, a pianist, or a guitarist, right, the lead singer. So how do you actually register a band, and how does the splits and all of those things go? So this is actually a very, very great question. All right, now obviously from my end, I'm not a band, I'm a solo artist. All right, I deal with producers. So you got to kind of think of a band the same way you would think of producers, right? As an artist, whoever produced the track, they're also going to get a percentage of the song. The same way your bandmates would get a percentage of the song because they make up the entire song, right? You can't have a song without the band, and the band can't have a song without you. So it is a collaboration. We do all need each other in order for a song to be made. Nobody wants to listen to just vocals without instrumentation. And a lot of times, even though instrumentation sounds great, some of the greatest songs in the world include vocals on it. So it's a happy marriage. But in order for the marriage to stay happy, everybody should be able to get their share and get their dues, right? So when you're registering a band, when you're registering your song on ASCAP or BMI for that matter, and you're registering a band, you have to make sure that you incorporate every single band member when it comes to registering the song. Right now, that being said, that also means that every single band member should and must have their own ASCAP or BMI membership. All right, everybody who's in part of the song should register with BMI or ASCAP, and they should have their own IPI number. All right. Now, what that number is, that's basically your social number when it comes to being an artist, right? That's your artist identification number, right? So and it's not just artists. I say artists because I'm an artist, so I always think artists first, but it's actually anything. So it could be a producer can have an IPI number, a guitarist can have one, a pianist can have one, anybody a manager can have an IPI number. You get what I'm saying? Anyone who's involved with a song can have an IPI number, but everyone who's a part of the song must register, must have their own account, and must have their own number. Because when you go to register every single number or every single member of your band that's part of the song, you're going to have to enter in every single person's IPI number. You're also going to have to register who they're affiliated with, whether BMI, ASCAP, or whatever other PRO that they may be affiliated with, right? So you got to make sure that every band member does that. Now, I know sometimes that's difficult because a lot of band members don't like doing any of this stuff, right? I mean, sometimes I have features that it takes them forever to register themselves, and I'm like, guys, you got to do this stuff. This stuff is important for us to get paid, right? But some people, they just don't take it as seriously. So when you're dealing with the band, you got to make sure every single one of your band members is doing their part and making sure that they are, in fact, registering where they need to register so that you could do those splits the correct way. Those splits need to be done the correct way because everybody should be entitled to what they deserve, and nobody wants to get sued at the end of the day. You get what I'm saying? So, guys, just make sure that you're doing that the right way when it comes to the band. Tara, what's going on? Thank you for joining in. I see you there. I see your question as well. I'll get to your question. Fitness for Care, I see your question as well. We're going to get to that as well. Again, guys, the link that I shared at the start of this video, it is for Holy Culture's Weight Show. I want to make sure that you guys are voting. So I'm going to share the link again for anybody who's watching. Please feel free to click on that link and vote for my new song, Reflections. It would really mean a lot to me because it is a very, very close race. All right. And I am trying to win. All right. So the page looks like this. Just make sure you guys are voting and you guys are making it happen. All right. I would really appreciate that. All right. So Fitness for Care's question is, how do you balance business and creativity in your work? All right. That is a great, great question, Fitness for Care. And that's actually ties into what I was just saying about band members who don't like to, register and do all of those things. It is very, very difficult to manage them both, right? This is the reason why a lot of artists seek record labels. This is why a lot of artists seek managers, right? A lot of artists prefer to hire somebody else to handle the business side of it because typically as a creative, you just want to focus on the music, right? You just want to focus on creating. You just want to focus on writing, recording, making song after song after song. And the business side can get very, very overwhelming. To be completely candid with you guys, me, myself, I handle all the business operations of my music business and my music career, as well as being an artist. And the time that's split is really 80-20. 80% of the time I'm managing the business, and the other 20% is actually the creative side. So most of my work deals with the business side than it does the artistry. And if you are trying to be an independent artist and you're trying to do everything yourself, your life is going to look very similar. You're going to be doing more business work as the owner of your music business than you will the creative work as the artist. So sometimes it can get overwhelming. Sometimes it can get frustrating, especially when you're like, yo, I just want to make music today, but you're like, I have to post these things, I have to do this, I have to do all of these other business side things that kind of take away from the creative side. But that is the life that we chose. All right. So it's one of those things is if you're not in a position to be able to hire somebody to do those things, which most of us aren't, especially in the beginning of our music career, then it is very, very important that we learn all of these different things. And guys, that's why I made my channel in the first place. I made my channel, if you notice, most of the questions, most of the videos that I do is to help artists figure out the business side of the music industry, right? I try to make it as helpful as possible. There's so many videos I've made just to make that process easier for you so that you could allocate more time to your music and less time to the business, right? But the business is necessary for growth. There's no way that you could be a successful artist without actually managing the business side of your music career. You get what I'm saying? So it's tough. It's definitely tough. Even right now, I'm on this live. The live that I'm doing, it is the business side of my music business, right? All I want to do is keep sending links to people to vote for my song so that I could win this thing, right? But I have to allocate this time and be here for you guys and answer these questions and all of these different things while I'm watching my opponents still get more votes in. You get what I'm saying? And this is the trade-off, and this is the hard part about being an independent artist and, catering to people. You get what I'm saying? But but what they say, your reward shall be in heavens, or so to speak. But I'm thankful for it. Honestly, guys, it gives me a lot of joy to help you guys when it comes to anything music related, because I know how difficult it was for me. So in any way that I can make that journey easier for you by giving you all of this content, I'm here to do so. You get what I'm saying? But I appreciate all the support you guys have. I appreciate you guys for just being present, right? Asking the questions you guys asking, all of those different things. But to answer your question, Fitness for Kid, the balance is very, very difficult. But that's why many are called and few are chosen. You get what I mean? Foreign Nation, what's going on, brother? Thank you for joining in on IG. I see you, brother. I'm going to go ahead and wave at you. Thank you for joining in. If you have any music industry tip questions, just go ahead and throw them in the chat here. Also, Foreign Nation, your boy just landed on Wait show on Holy Culture. It would mean a lot if you could tap in and vote for me on the page. The link is in my bio and all of that good stuff. So make sure you guys check that out. Again, those of you who are watching, make sure you click on the link that I have posted on the chat here as well. All right. And to get your votes in for sure. All right. So, all right. Now let's see what else we have. All right. Pretty Girl Progression says, when you win the Holy Culture, can we get a TikTok dance from you? Ooh, a TikTok dance? That's crazy. That's crazy. I just might do a TikTok dance if I win. But guys, we need to make this happen. Because there are votes coming in. Keep sharing. Share it to some friends. Share it to some family members. Get y'all mama and papa, y'all brothers and sisters. Get as much people as you can to vote for this thing. All right, because again, the race is absolutely close. And there's one more day left. All right, so Foreign Nation also has a question here. Actually, let me answer Tay's, then I'm gonna get right to you for. All right, so Tay's question is, how do you get YouTube official artist channel? On DistroKid, there's no link. Okay, that's a great question. And Tay, let me show you how to do that real quick. That's actually not there should be a link. So what you got to do is from your DistroKid, all right, you got to click on the 4 boxes right here. All right, then you got to hit special access. Once you hit special access, you scroll down and you should see YouTube official artist channel. Once you click on that, Tay, all right, it should look like this. Now from here, you're going to want to select an artist, all right? I don't know why it's showing a bunch for me. I only have one, but if it doesn't show up here, if you select the artist, so of course for me, Connect, right? Now it's going to say Connect is already connected. Connect is already connected to your YouTube channel, right on. So I'm already connected. It's already working for me, but for you, once you hit connect, it's then going to ask you, do you already have a channel? Have you created a channel? Are you sharing a channel with somebody else, right? Then it's going to ask you to actually put the link into a box on this screen, all right? From that point, it'll take a few, but it should link it from then. Now, I believe I have a video that'll show you step-by-step how to do that. So let me just make sure I share that link for you, Tay, so that you have that, all right? Official YouTube channel. All right, so let's see here. Official, how to get an official with DistroKid. Is this link right here. All right, I'm going to share that to you, Tay. Make sure you follow those. I don't even see the part on mine. All right, try to follow this here. Now, you do have to have songs released. I'm not sure if you have a song released yet, but you do have to have a song released yet. I don't think you have to have the Music Plus version. I don't know if you have the, what is it called? The basic. Let me see. Because if you don't see it, you might have the musician plan. Let me see. And it might come with, well, it doesn't say what anything about the YouTube official artist channel specifically. as far as which plan do you have. What plan do you have, Tay? Let me know what plan you have. I have the musician. I know it works for the musician plus and the ultimate. I'm not sure if you have the musician plan, but let me know if you have the musician plan, because if you don't see that option, that might be a reason why you don't see it, all right? But definitely let me know what plan you have. I don't even see that part. Yeah, let me know what plan you have, and maybe that could be the case. All right, Wes about to go viral again. Praise God. Oh, what you said? Oh, now we got to vote and get you that win. For sure, for sure. Like I said, guys, share with your other friends. Share the link to as much people as possible, all right, because it is a close race. Let's see. Let's refresh the page here and see where we at. This whole live should be dedicated to this, honestly, but I'm here. All right, so let's see. Guys, I refresh this thing maybe like every 20 minutes, right? Okay, so he's at 102, and I'm still at 94. Guys, you guys aren't sharing. Make sure you guys are continuing to share. Tay, I would pretty much love you if you just do that for me. All right, Foreign Nation. Let's go to Foreign Nation's question here. All right, Foreign Nation's question is, I have a question. I'm unsure if you answered this. How do you go about getting on the radio? Ooh, this is a great question. Okay, so Foreign Nation could definitely you can reach out to me specifically in regards to CHH radio, because I definitely do have a way to do that. And basically, when it comes to radios, guys, most radio stations allow you to actually submit to them. All right. Now, a lot of the times, all you got to do is go to their website, and there should be a submission link. All right. So the hard part really is knowing about all the radio stations, right? Knowing all the radio stations that exist that would be catered to your specific music, which is very, very important. If you make pop music, then you got to make sure that you're submitting your music to a pop radio station, right? Or a radio station that plays pop, right? Since you're Christian hip hop, right? You got to make sure that you're attacking radio stations that play Christian music. Now, I say that with a caveat, because there's a lot of stations out there that play Christian music, but they really only play contemporary, right? They don't actually play Christian hip hop music at all. They only play contemporary, right? You look at their list, and they play Elevation Worship. You get what I'm saying? They play Maverick City. They play Hill Songs. They play those things, but you don't see Lecrae on there. You don't see, Andy Monet. You don't see any Christian hip hop artists on there. That wouldn't be a station that you would submit to, because it's going to be very, very, you're probably not going to get any placements. So it also is very important to see and make sure you're actually looking up what music that they're actually playing on there. Now, Ford, if you can, I'm not sure if it's possible, but if you can't, head over to my YouTube and join the video on YouTube. So, and I will personally show you some things on here. I won't be able to show it to you on IG, so I need you to head over to YouTube so I could show you. So if you want me to show you, head over to the YouTube. Let me know when you're on the YouTube, and then I'll kind of show you on screen here, because it's important information that I feel like anybody who's trying to get their music on radio should know. All right, CHHJ, I see you, brother. Thank you for joining in. It's good to have you. Tay said, yeah, I have the plus, and I did everything you just showed me, and I don't see the box to enter my name in. Okay. If you don't see the box, then I'm not sure why you wouldn't see it. Let me think. Have I ever had somebody reach out to me because they haven't seen the box? Tay, do you actually have a YouTube channel? Or have you ever created a YouTube channel? And if so, have you ever linked your YouTube to your DistroKid? Those are the two follow-up questions I have for that, because we got to get that figured out for you, brother. All right. Let's see what else I have here. All right. Foreign Nation say he's going to head over to YouTube. All right. Perfect. So I'm going to see. All right. There he is. Yo, I'm here on the live. All right. Perfect. All right. And it's always good to hop on the actual live, because, like I said, I could show you these things here. Okay, so just to give you example, Foreign Nation, right? So Live 365, right? Live 365 is a place that allows people to broadcast internet radio, right? So this counts as radio. Online radio counts as internet radio, right? And for anybody watching, you could do the same thing. Now, what you want to do is, right, you want to look what it says, search stations or genre, right? So let's say I put Christian, or let's just say I put Christian, right? What it's going to do is it's going to show me a bunch of stations that actually play Christian music, right? But, right, obviously for you Forward, right, you do Christian hip hop, so that's more specific. So let's say this station right here, right? I'm going to open this station up, Christian Praise Worship Radio, right? This is one of the stations that I'm referring to that this wouldn't be an ideal place to submit to, right? They even show you what the last songs that's being played, which is very, very important to pay attention to, right? Look, Hope Darts, right? Gateway Worship, Elevation Worship, Hill Songs, right? Mercy Me. Look at the actual genres they play, right? Yes, you are a Christian artist, so you would fall under the umbrella of Christian music, but they actually do not play Christian hip hop. You could tell, right? Look at the next song to come up, right, Cody? Now, the question is, okay, how do I submit, right? Look, there's a link right here directly to their website, right? And you pull up their website, right? And typically on their website, they would have a place to submit, right? Let me see for this page. I don't know if this one has one, but usually they do. All right. So to get more specific to what you do, we're gonna go back and we're gonna do the same thing again, but now we're gonna get more specific, right? We're gonna go Christian hip hop, right? Or Christian rap, right? So let's refresh it here. Look, right? His Grace. This one is more specific. CHH Jams. And you know that's ironic because we got CHHJ in the building with us right now, right? Right? We got Clear Hits Radio. These are, now if I were to pull up these, right? CHHJ or Clear Hits or His Grace, right? Now when we look at their list, we're gonna see Christian rap, right? We're gonna see the things that fit more to what we're saying, right? Look at the artist list now. Now we're gonna start seeing Christian hip hop artists on the actual list. Look, Clear Hits Radio. We got Lecrae over here, right? We got all of these different, look, Scooty Wops right there. His Grace, right? And you could do this for any genre of music that you have, whether you just do general hip hop, whether you do pop, whether you do rock and roll, online radio. This how you just search your genre, right? And look, here's the website link right here. What is this? This is for His Grace, right? Clear Hits, right? There's the website right there. There's the IG. You can reach out to them through IG, right? Let's go to their radio, their actual website, right? Look, there's a contact us button right here. You could send them a message straight through here, right? Some sites actually have literally a full submission portal, but look, contact number right here, right? Sometimes they have the emails, right? But let's go to His Grace. Let's do the same thing for we just did Clear Hits. Let's go for His Grace radio station, right? Look, website right there. Let's click on the website. Let's pull up the website and let's take a look. Right? Looks like their website is down. So we will move on to the next one, right? This is literally what I do to get my music on radio stations. This is literally what I do, right? Look, CHH Jams, right? We clicked on the link. Look what we have here. Submit music. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Some will literally already have it pre-embedded on their site. And look, you fill out the form, you upload the song. If they like it, they'll put it up. I literally do this every single time I release a song. It's gotten to a point for me, I already have the list. I have a list of a bunch of radio stations that I know accept music from independent artists, and I submit to them every release, which is why I typically get my music on the radio every single release, right? It takes a lot of work, right? Because you got to go to each website and you got to do all of those things. So it does take a lot of work. But once you have the list, you have the list. Once you know who to submit to, you know who to submit to. You get what I'm saying, Ford? So this goes back to what I was saying that you know, back to Fitness Fakir's question, the balance between the business and the creative. this is why I say I'm 80% business, 20% creative, because look at the stuff I got to do from the business end, right? Every time it only take me a couple of hours total to make the song, mix and master it and all of that other stuff. Do you know how long it takes me to submit to all of these different radio stations? My list has over 50 different radio stations. Some I got to do it through email. Some I got to do it. They all have their different methods. Some, they prefer to be contacted through Facebook. Some prefer to be contacted through IG, right? But you're only going to learn that by actually doing the work. You get what I'm saying? So I hope this answers your question, for Nation, in regards to how I get my music on radio stations, but this could work for literally anybody, right? And it's the same for live 36 365. You can literally just Google, right? Whatever genre, right? So for Nation is Christian hip hop, whatever genre you're in, right? Radio stations, right? There's no one place that'll just throw it out on everything, right? Holy Culture, right? Probably one of the biggest, right? And they, of course, have a submission portal as well, right? But just go down the list. I have literally, I'll put it this way. See this list right here? I have, what page is this? I have gotten to page 30 of Google going through this. I think at this point, I feel like I found them all. At least all the ones in the U.S. I feel like I found them all. There isn't one on this page here that I don't know about. I've went through all of them. Every single last one of them. Why? Because nobody else is going to do it. You get what I'm saying? And if I really want to give my music career a chance to succeed, I have to do this, right? And I do it for every single release, every single time, right? Which is why a lot of times, and Fitness Fakir can testify to this, a lot of times the day of my release, nobody can reach me because I'm so busy submitting and focused. I never actually get to celebrate my releases because I'm so busy submitting to all of these different places, right? But let's go to Holy Culture real quick, right? Where I actually, matter of fact, the weight or weight voting show. The only reason I made the cut for this show was because I submitted through their website, right? And where you submit, you go down to the bottom and guess what they have? They have this button right here that says submissions, right? You click on submissions and you go through the process of submitting. At this point, for a lot of these places, I know it by heart. You know, I'm not even looking at the screen and I know where to click, right? Music for there. Here's the form right here. You hit radio submissions. You fill out the chart. You put in everything, including your ISRC code, which means that your song should already be registered with DistroKid or something first, right? And you submit. Now, with some of these websites, you have to submit before you release the song. Some of them you have to submit it after you release it, especially for like Spotify playlists and stuff. You don't get a Spotify link until the song is released, right? So it depends on each one, but start getting yourself more familiarized with all of the different stations. That can help you grow, all right? But that was a great question for Nation. I hope that answered the question for you, brother. All right. If it did, just go ahead, throw a thumbs up or that you heard it and all of that stuff. And if you have any follow-ups, please feel free to add it in here. All right. Let me make sure I'm not missing. Okay, so Tay said, yeah, I have Plus and I did everything, but it doesn't show up. Yeah, Tay, you may have to hit me up directly in regards to that. All right. Shoot me a message on IG. All right. Follow me first, then shoot me a message. And in the message, just let me know that it was you from the live. All right. And maybe I could assist you further with that. All right. CHJ say, is the producer of a song a sound recording owner also, or just the performing artist? Ooh. Okay, this is a great question because it's almost a trick question. All right, so to answer that question the best way possible, CHJ, I'll say it like this. When it comes to music, when it comes to the ownership of the song, what you're really referring to is there's two ways that you can have ownership of the song. Number one is by actually submitting a copyright on copyright.gov and getting your music copyrighted or copywritten, or however the right way to say it, right? Copyrighted is actually the right way to say it. So you would go to copyright.gov, to get it copyrighted. That's one way, and that's been the way it's been since the beginning. All right, but over the years, they have now accepted a different proof of ownership, and that is actually by the masters. All right, now what the masters is, Jay, is the masters is the original recording file of the song. All right, so to give you guys an example, right? Here we go. So let me open the song that's playing right now, right? That's No Games, right? So just to show you guys what I mean, I'm going to pull up one of my songs here. Actually, the song that's playing, I'll just pull up No Games. All right. Yes, this is all my music. I make a lot of music. No Games. Here we go right here, right? This is the original recording file of No Games right here. This is the original file, right? If I right-click on this and put Get Info, right? Right here, right, this is for Mac users. Obviously for Windows it would look a little bit different, right? But they're going to show you the date that it was modified, which means the last date that I touched it, but it'll also show you the date it was created, right? This is very important because this is the day that this recording started. So basically, without the copyright, Jay, this would be the day that your song is copyrighted. Right, so essentially, as long as you own the original recording file, that counts as your master. This is actually what the master is. The master is the original recording file of your song. Again, the master is the original recording file of your song. When you hear artists say, I want to own my masters, I want to own my masters, that's you owning the original copyright file. Right, the original, not copyright file, the original file of the song, right? And that file must show the creation date, right? So this master, and I have owned the rights to No Games, the master of it, since September 7th, 2020, right? This is basically the same as a copyright. I'm so glad that they did this because it almost gives us another way to copyright our music without actually going through the actual copyright process, right? Now, that doesn't mean that you can still go to that doesn't mean that you can still do the copyright process, but this can hold up in court just as much as the copyright can. You get what I'm saying? Now, to answer your question specifically, who owns it, the producer of the song recording or the artist? Well, I'll say it this way. These are all of the different artists that I have worked with in my studio, right? There's a bunch, this long list of artists, right? Just artists after artists after artists after artists, just a long list of artists, right? Most of these artists have never asked me for their original song files, which means that currently I own the masters to all of their songs, right? Because artists don't typically ask for that. Here's the worst part about it. When I tell them that, get a flash drive, you know, one of these little flash drives, right? Get a flash drive, come bring the flash drive during your next session. Every time we record a song, I will put the original file on your flash drive so that you own your masters. They still don't do it. This is something that every artist has to do, right? Because until you actually have the original song files, guess what, guys? You don't own the master. You only own the master if you have the original recording files or whatever you recorded it on, whether Logic, Pro Tools, it doesn't matter. But you need the original file. So you need to get you guys a thumb drive or get a big external hard drive if you got a lot of music. But make sure you're not just leaving your music at the recording studio and just leaving your song there, because if that song blows, the only person who actually has the master is the producer or the sound engineer who recorded your song. All right, so that's why I said that's a trick question, because you said, is the producer of the song a sound recording owner also, or just a performing artist? The performing artist wouldn't be the owner until they actually get the master, regardless if it's their voice on there, right? Because that recording studio, not only do they have the master, but they could go ahead and put the copyright under it as well, because they had the master. They could do both and basically shut you out of owning your own music, right? This is why and this is crazy, but this is why record labels do what they do. What record labels do when you sign to a record label, right? The big ones, right? They provide you the recording studio. They provide you the sound engineer. No. You don't record it over there. You record it in our recording studio. Why? Because they own the recording studio. They essentially own your masters. This is why when artists try, you hear, OG artists still fighting for their masters back, right? Because they just did everything the record label told them to do, right? These are the things that happens to a lot of artists, right? Just make sure that you are getting your masters and make sure that you're setting yourself up for success. Starman, what's going on? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. All right, so let me get to these other questions here. All right. So Four Nations said, also my song with Toussaint Secret is on the brink of making the iTunes chart and the Billboard charts. We need those sales. That's what's up. That's what's up. Share the link. Share the link. That's dope. Definitely a trick question for sure. All right. Peace. From Starman, and then CHA said, okay, the copyright question again. So again, make sure you got that, man. Make sure you got that. That's important. Now, what the producer does own, though, like, the person who actually made the beat, they do own the right to the beat, regardless if you made a song on there. But that's another question for another day. Okay, so the artist usually has the files and is the copyright owner. P.S. I keep getting YouTube ads, so I'm seeing the stream not exactly live. Okay. Yeah, that happens, and I don't know how that happens or why that happens, but my bad. All right, now the producer is the copyright owner of the beat. You just told me last week. Yes, the producer is the copyright owner of the beat, but not of the song. There's a difference. So you have put it this way, you have the owner of the beat, which is the producer. You have the owner of the lyrics, right? Typically you as the artist, right? Then you have the owner of the song. That typically goes to the artist. So I'm gonna say it again. The producer owns the rights to the beat. The artist owns the rights to the lyrics, right? The artist owns the song, right? Now, the beats, the producer still gets their percentage of royalties because they are the producer of the beat, but you don't share the copyright with the producer, if that makes sense. All right, so I'm gonna say it one more time. The producer owns the copyright to the beat. The artist owns the copyright to the lyrics, and the artist owns the copyright of the combination of the two, of the song itself. All right, that's why when you go on BMI and you're registering the song, they ask you for author and composer. The author is the person who wrote the lyrics. The composer is the person who made the beat. Right? When you go to Sound Exchange, they ask you for the writer, right? They don't ask you for the producer, right? If you notice, in all the different places that you have to register your music for royalties, only a few places actually ask for the producer, but everywhere asks for the artist, right? Even when you go to copyright.gov and you're doing that, they don't ask for that. They just ask who owns the song. They don't ask who owns the beat or who owns the lyrics. They say who owns the song, and that's what the master is. All right. So I hope that I was able to clarify that for you. All right, now, Starman said, how does STEM isolator programs help with this? Okay, when you say STEM isolator programs, are you referring to stems to songs, like when it comes to your masters? Because your masters don't have to be in STEM form. All right, it can be if you want it to be, but the original file will be enough for the masters. So you don't have to, breaking out into stems and then have the stems and be like, I have the masters this way. You could just have the original song files with everything that's included in it. All right, just the whole folder itself. But to understand your question more, elaborate a little bit more on that if you can, Starman. All right, so Jay said artist needs to have all the mixes, not just the final export file. No, okay, so the final export file, no. Yeah, you can't just have the final export file because anybody can have the final export file. Every time you submit your song to a radio station, the radio station has the final export file. DistroKid has the final export file. That doesn't count. It's the original file. the last the first file that was created. That's why I showed you the creation date of the No Games file. It shows the creation date, right? So for example, okay, I'll show it to you this way, right? Boom, boom, boom. Let's say someone had let me pull up the screen here so you guys can see what I mean. Okay. Here we go. So let's say we pull up my song here, right? The song that's playing right now, Reflections, right? Boom, 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 Reflections, single pack, right? This is the MP3 of the song. This is the final version of the song, right? Let's say someone had this right here, right? This is the final version of the song. This was exported as an MP3, right? And let's say somebody wanted to copyright this or prove in court that they own the original song file. And this is the master right here. Look at the date on this song. The date on this says Sunday, August 28th, 2024, that this MP3 file was created, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the actual song file itself of Reflections, right? And let's see what date shows up for that, right? Let's go to Reflections. Well, it was called Redemptions at first. It changed to Reflections, but here we go. Right? We're going to open this here. Let's see the original date on this, right? And do I have the other original date up? That's that one. I don't have the other one up anymore. Yeah, I do. Okay. So we're going to do this as side by side so you can see what I'm saying. This is the final file created Sunday, August 18th, 2024. This is when the original song file was created. Monday, January 1st, 2024. Who originally had it just off of the dates alone? When this was created versus when this was created. You see what I'm saying? The original song file is going to hold the weight because it has the earlier date. I could easily say I own it because the original file was created this day. You just have the final product, which was created on this day. Even with a Windows computer, you could look at the original creation date of the files. That's why the final export doesn't count. That's why the mixed down files don't count, because the mixed downs is after it was originally created, right? All the versions to it is afterwards. Nothing will beat the original creation date of the file that the song was originally recorded on. That's why this counts as the master and not the final song file. I hope that makes sense, right? It all comes down to the dates and what you can prove. I can prove that I've had this song since January 1st, which is crazy. I was recording on New Year's, guys. On New Year's Day, I was recording music. It's crazy. I try to record as much days as possible, but there it goes. You get what I'm saying? So hopefully that I was able to clarify that for you guys. And yes, as PGP says, please vote for the song. Share it. If you voted already, share it to a friend, share it to a family member, share it to somebody else to vote as well. It would mean so much to me if you guys were able to do that. All right. So let's see here. All right. So I don't want to make sure I skip anything. All right. So okay. Get what you mean. All right. Perfect. Starman said, when it comes to the music sales, can both the producer and the artist sell the music and don't have the share revenue for the songs from the sales? Okay, so Starman, it depends, right? When it comes to streaming, right? Streaming is should be split between the artist and the producer. When it comes to public performances, it should be split. When you're talking about royalties are always split because it took both of you to make the song. Royalties is different from the actual ownership, right? I could own it, but I have to share in the profits, right? Think about football teams, right? Football teams, the owner owns the team, right? But he still have to share the profits with the players, the general managers, and all of the different people who make up the team. You get what I'm saying? So you got to look at it that way when it comes to music as well. You could own the masters of the song, but you still got, but the producer still gets a cut because he is important to the song. Like Paula's question earlier in regards to having a band, right? As a band, guess what? Each band member is going to have a percentage of royalties going their way as well, even though you own the song. So can the producer sell the record? Not in the way of streaming. Maybe if the producer were to make CDs and start selling the CDs, of course he could do it that way. You wouldn't even know about it, right? That don't mean you guys should do that. I'm just saying, right? And plus, a lot of places don't even have CD players anymore, or whatever the case. But the producer can find a way to sell it without you knowing. But is it right? No. Is he's allowed to? No. Only the person who owns it can actually do that. And if you were to find that out and dispute that, if you have the masters, you can stop him from doing that. But guess what? If the producer have the original created file, the producer that you recorded at his house, you know, you went to his house, his apartment, you recorded a song, and he has the original file, and you just have the final product, then he could absolutely sell that, and you can't fight that or argue that because he has the master and you don't. This is why it's important to have masters. The reason artists want their masters back is not because they feel like they don't want the record label to have it. The record label controls the song. The record label decides where does the song goes. Your song gets played on this movie because we allow it. Your song gets played over here because we allow it. Oh, you want your song to be on this? No, we don't allow it because we own the masters and you don't. The person who owns the master gets to dictate where the song goes, where the song can get played, and all of those different things, all right? That's why it's important to own your masters, because there's record labels that will hold your music handicapped. They won't play it anywhere, and you can't, by law, you can't play it anywhere because you don't have permission to play it, even though it's your vocals on the record. It's crazy, but I digress, all right? So, Starman says, should we register songs just with the song trust or BMI as well? Because sometimes it causes overlap. Okay. If you're causing overlap, there's a certain way that you have to submit all of that information, Starman. All right, so song trust will only be an overlap if you have song trust as your publisher. If you registered song trust as your publisher. If you did, that would be the only way that you're getting the overlap, right? With that overlap, now anytime you register a song with BMI or ASCAP, you have to put your song trust as your publisher, because when you do that, you're allowing song trust to actually collect your publishing royalties for you. So when you get that overlay, that's what causes those issues. All right. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Song Trust is one of the places that you have to register for in order to collect royalties all over the world, right? BMI and ASCAP is your performing rights organization, right? When you're registering a song, like I was mentioned earlier, you register the author, which is the person who writes the lyrics, and you register the composer who makes the beat, right? But half of the royalties have to go to a publisher. Now, you could own your own publishing company as an artist. You could have your own. You could be your own publisher, right? Now, sometimes you'll make yourself your own publisher on BMI, but then you'll also make an agreement with Songtrust letting them be your publisher for you. That will cause an overlay. That will cause a conflict, because now when BMI is trying to register the song, they're like, okay, wait, but who's his publisher? Songtrust is saying they are it, but he put on here that he's the publisher. So we're not going to pay out anything until we figure this out. You get what I'm saying? So now from that point, you got to go email them and fix it and all of these things. I'm telling you this because this is something that has happened to me. This has happened before. I'm speaking from experience. So you can register. You have to register to both, but you have to make sure you're registering the right way, right? There's actually there's 6 different royalties you could collect, and there's a number of different organizations that help you collect those things. Now, if you don't know what those organizations are, if you don't know all the different places to collect royalties, guys, you must grab my royalty handbook, all right? Because it's too much to explain, and it's a lot of information, and the best way I felt that I could give that information was I've explained this to people and people still have a hard time understanding it, which is why I decided to make a book about it. All right, I'm sharing this link with you guys. If you want to understand royalty at its fullest, you need to grab this ebook. All right, it's available. You could grab it. It's only $25. You could grab it. It's going to explain everything that you need to know in regards to royalties, all the different places that you collect royalties from, what all the different royalties are, and all of those different things. It's very, very important if you want to have a successful music career. I just shared the link for those of you who are watching currently and for those of you who will be re-watching. All right, make sure you guys tap into that as soon as you can if you're still trying to figure out royalties. All right, now, but great question, Starman. I hope I was able to answer that for you. All right. Now, he also said, okay, the first question I got you, the master doesn't have to be all the stems, meaning a cappella. No, it doesn't. It just has to be the original recording file. All right. Even the stems, when the stems get exported out, it's going to have the creation date is going to be the day that you exported it. It's still not going to be the original creation date. So just make sure you get that original file, right? All right. Pretty Girl Progression says, has everyone voted for Reflections? If not, run, don't walk, and put your vote in. Yes. Let me see. Let me make sure. Let me double check on that. Make sure you guys are voting. All right. Again, if you've already voted, share. All right. Let's see if it went up at all since the last time I checked. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. It's a close race too, guys. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. What's going on here? Okay. Did anyone vote? Let's see since the last time. If it's still at 94. Okay, it's at 97. Oh my gosh, yeah, I won 14. Guys, we gotta move. Okay. But either way, that's the end of the live anyway. Let me make sure I'm not missing any other questions here. All right. I voted yesterday, so the PTX folder best to have. Yes. The original Pro Tools folder is the best thing to have. That's why you should always carry a flash drive with you. Voted yesterday. Perfect. Thanks for clearing this up, guys. Get the book. It's a great reference guide for sure. How is it possible to copyright multiple albums? Is it possible to copyright them as volumes, or does the cover lyrics when you just register song name? Actually, yeah. Copyright.gov, at least in the U.S., provides you the ability to actually copyright in bulk. So you absolutely can copyright in bulk for sure. LD40 says, late, quick question. I'm not signed up with BMI, but why does it give me a BMI number on Songtrust? Ooh, I am not sure. You're going to have to reach out to BMI LD in regards to that. Welcome back, by the way. But I've never heard that before. Reach out to me personally, and we'll figure that one out, because that's the first time I'm ever hearing of anything like that. All right, guys? But make sure you guys are sharing this. Make sure you guys are voting. All right, I'm currently in second place right now. I wasn't first up until this last hour. All right, they must be doing something different over there. But yeah, get your votes in. All right, I'm still not too far behind. Let's make this happen, and let's make this possible. All right, guys? But thank you all for joining in on the live. We had a lot of great questions today. All right. I know this one's gonna be rewatched a lot, because we really covered the masters part. We also really covered, in regards to copyrights and all of those different things. So these were great questions. Another great live. And again, these lives can't the reason these lives are great is because you guys are great by asking great questions. So the more people join in, the more questions that are being asked, the more we all learn together, and the more we provide more material out there for those who also want to figure this stuff out as well. All right. So I appreciate you guys for joining. I appreciate you guys for asking great questions, and I'll see you guys next week. Later.
Y'all better get used to this. Any weapon, I'ma teach the boys a lesson, 'cause my